Hello everybody, and welcome to WePlay Season 3! I'm W1, I'm your host for the English live stream tonight as we do Power Rangers vs Team Spirit, the new and improved, or the new and potentially not improved roster, as they've added in some big names from the CIS region after what was a, well, not the greatest performance at the Shanghai Major, but hey, they were more stable than the Chinese. We're here to cast the game though, and no shots to be fired. I'll let my co-caster do that one. Mop packs. Greetings and salutations, American man.
Hey, whoa. Canadian. Come on now.
Canadian?
Don't get me in trouble here. I don't want to be one. I don't want to be all up involved in that. You know, they got a lot of stuff happening down there. I don't want to be part of any of that. There's like reality stars that are running for president. I can't handle that.
Oh, I saw Bulba's tweet before. He's just like, I voted for this man. I'm like, well, that's a really good thing. Hopefully he won't shoot me when I go to your country next.
Yeah, so, you know. We tend to avoid that stuff up here. We don't really get involved.
Brilliant. Let's think about the wonderful world, which is our fantasy world, or potentially real, of Dota. Power Rangers going up against Team Spirit. PR, of course, got a whole bunch of names which everyone should be recognizing. Arise being possibly the most sensational name out of their lineup. The Romanian Magnus Midstar, teaming up with the rest of Power Rangers. A brand that's been in the scene for a very long time, but always been nipping at the heels of the top teams, never really been able to establish themselves, and when they did establish a roster, their main captain was taken by Na'Vi. So they felt the same way as most of the CIS teams in the world. But Team Spirit, they're actually taking a player formerly of Na'Vi. Funnick will now be the official stand and official member of Team Spirit. So what's your thoughts, Mott?
It's pretty exciting stuff, you know. It kind of started as a little bit of a squad that was, you know, I almost want to say, not really leftovers, I guess, but, you know, it was like Goblack getting back into it, and then Always Want to Fly is coming on, and they had some good performances, obviously making it to Shanghai. Things didn't go completely perfectly, and now you're building it up, and then you would think maybe, you can't tell if it's going to be improvement, but you have to admit it is bigger names, right? It's going to be Ilden, it's going to be Funnick. They still have the lovely standby of this Iceberg OD, probably the number one thing I would say when it comes to Team Spirit. It's like the first thing I think of.
Sorry, I'm modifying something because I just blasted my
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. It's just, you know, if you guys have ever watched Iceberg, this is like the main man. This is his hero. He loves this thing. They will take it first overall every single time. And with an IO helping them out, it's very similar to having your Oracles, your Omni Knights, of course, if you're in their pub games. You just want to keep that guy up and swinging, and IO even adds some attack speed.
I would like to say I fixed it, but I haven't actually fixed it yet. I know everyone's been having some fun audio things, and that's currently what I'm trying to modify at the moment. It's
okay, I can ramble about drafts all day, don't worry.
Do it, man.
That's what I'm here for. The big thing, Pierre, they already got Faceless Void, so you don't have to worry about Cheshire Cat's hero, which means that you don't have to ban out the Brood in the second phase, so Team Spirit don't have to worry about that, unless there's some really sneaky shenanigans coming from Power Rangers, but you just want some guys to help work with the Chronosphere, so you see the ban out of the Gyrocopter and the Witch Doctor, and still left here, in terms of your counters to the Faceless Void, you already have the IO, which is kind of underrated, I think, just because you can relocate people out, obviously. You can go for the Oracle, but they're going to go for the full-on Greed, get ourselves a 4-roll Doom. Been seeing this dual laning a lot with the Faceless Void. He just kind of runs down, you know. Oh, there you go. He'll pop on the Scorched Earth, gets lots of sustain. It's kind of like an Enchantress in the same sense that they can be very disruptive in the off lane, and whoever they're going to throw safe lane for Team Spirit might have some trouble.
At this point, I apologize to you
and to the viewers
because I just destroyed your ears.
Yeah, that was me. That was me having a little bit of a.
Yeah. There's just some interesting things, because it looks like our audio is not going in for Dota TV, which isn't terrific. Then again, I don't even know if we're actually 100% streaming in Dota TV right now. Because there was also some question mark put on that, because we got ourselves a Dota 2 patch before we started tonight. So that was, yeah, where the question mark came out. So I apologize, people. It looks like Dota TV will not be on this evening. At least from here for this game, so apologies for that one. But on the bright side, my local audio issues are now corrected, so I can actually hear things properly again, which is terrific. I don't know why it happens on this way, but it just happens this way. Yeah.
Alright, well,
Alright, so
the
what
Clinks.
have we got? Okay. I'm okay with this. We definitely saw Clinks being a powerhouse recently. Heavy amounts of physical damage. The Doombringer for me, this 4-position Doombringer, kind of just reeks of like high levels of greed. He's a nice counter to the OD, and I know like I cast a couple of SEA games recently where the Doombringer was picked up in combination with the Invoker, because it's really good against heroes like Enchantress, because you're able to both devour one creep, and Invoker will normally go for a Midas build then, so you're able to wipe out the Enchantress army before it can really achieve anything. But in this game, you've got to lean down a little bit more down the lines of saying he's just there so the OD it becomes a non-factor.
Oh, there's that Bane. I caught one of the games actually that you're just talking about there where there was that Bane Mirana running out from Mushi in the safe lane. They are missing a safe lane here for Team Spirit, and it is a Goblack draft, so, you never really know what could be coming out here. So their core left, and it looks like it'll just be a really hard position 5 for PR. So that's always a rough spot when you have the Doom in the 4 role.
I thought I fixed it. And I ended up breaking more than I fixed.
No, you killed it, did you?
It's just for the stream. For some reason, going out to the stream, you are 10 times louder than anybody else. And it makes no sense at all.
Oh, good stuff.
Never a simple thing. It can never be simple. Why can things never be simple?
I mean, I can just lower my output volume.
No.
That won't. That would be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad because that would screw with everything which I was just fixing. No, I have now 2 minutes and is fixed. I found it. I found the solution to our problem. I haven't fixed Dota TV, but I fixed you.
Alright, there's that Disruptor ban. That probably would have been the best one. Just up against the IO, obviously, with the OD. It's a pretty good 5th role support. Doesn't really need too much. He can capitalize on gold for sure, but he can also contribute a lot without having anything. So you'll see him picked up quite a bit in those scenarios. Left to counter, if they still like the Winter Wyvern, it really is okay, honestly. Even though it has gotten nerfed pretty hard, you will be able to contest any sort of a push because you don't really know what this 5th might be from Team Spirit. They have the Beastmaster, or they have the IO, so they could kind of transition into this, affronting to your towers with some sort of a pushing core. But right now, I think their main concern should just be how Beastmaster and Bane are going to roam around the map with these relocates. Like, there's some really scary stuff still available for them.
There is, but at the same time, that Team Spirit, I'm not a big believer in the Wyvern pickup, primarily just because we've seen the major issues of him throwing the ulti out. Normally does more harm for his team than good. I prefer to see something more like a Skywrath Mage combo, because they're really just stripped on supports at the moment. But they need someone that's able to work with the Faceless Void, and they need someone that's able to stop the Bane from doing what he wants to do as well. They don't really have any great stunners in their lineup. In fact, they're kind of crap for that. The best one they have is the long-range Invoker Tornado, and that's if you're going Quas Wex. In this game, I'd lean more towards the... you do have the Clink, so you do have enough physical damage on that front. But it's still heavily reliant on the Clink's getting a Blink Dagger and positioning himself around a Chronosphere. And a Lion. Yep, that'll do the job as well. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Not the greatest...
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's not the perfect combo with the Faceless Void, but I suppose it still is because you've got your Finger of Death.
Yeah, I wondered if they were going to consider the Oracle, just because Lion, obviously, he's one of the more greedy supports. You really want to get that Blink Dagger up and running, but we've seen some people running it in this 5th role with the Doom. It's been done quite a bit lately, and what they tend to do instead is maybe just build up an Aether Lens if you're having a rough start. Still provides you a little bit extra range, but it's a lot more cost-effective than the Blink Dagger. And then it's going to be a Wraith King for Illidan. Not exactly your typical Illidan hero, but they don't really have the best counters to it. There's no real mana burn going to be coming out.
Wow. Okay, I'm hoping everything is now fixed, even though the chat is still not 100% certain about it. Okay, fixed. I'm getting thumbs up. Okay, we're great. Wonderful. I can relax again. 10 seconds. I don't know if we're going to get in-game audio. 5 seconds remaining. Oh, we really should have checked more of this. My apologies. Okay, let's go to the game. Let me try and focus on our game. And the answer is actually no. I'm not getting any audio from my in-game. Wonderful! Let me press a couple more buttons to break shit.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I blame the update. You know, just blame Reborn. It's fine.
No, I blame myself for not checking the studio first. I got caught up with doing a whole bunch of other things. So it's actually possible. No. It's not possible. I thought for a moment we may just have in-game sounds and it's just not coming into my ears. But that looks like it's not the case. I'll check it out at the end of this game, so don't worry guys, you'll just have to be with us for now. Which is also incorrectly displayed. But I'll fix that as well! I feel like a bicycle repairman with just a patch kit.
It seems like every broadcast kind of ends up like that, you know? There's always got to be something to happen. It wouldn't be as exciting, you know? Sometimes there's a pause at the start, and then you have a chance to fix it. But no, these guys, they just want to go. We had such a long wait. And Team Spirit, they were really ready to rock and roll here. Had a little bit of an early aggressive smoke, obviously. Not finding anything out, but they get a decent ward down. Help spot any rotations coming that mid lane to try and deal with their OD. Give Iceberg a little bit of an easier time.
I was waiting for the Quelling Blade to arrive for the Doombringer to do some kind of like nice jungle movement, but with the boots first. This actually,
yeah, this is unusual.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where he's meant to end up because you got a Faceless Void up on top. Always on a fly, it's going to courier snipe because that's just what he does. If only he could reach the courier, who is currently on the run. He'll be able to loop around, and Big Num can just be the courier for him to get that healing salve out to the mid lane. So that shouldn't be much of a problem. And yeah, Always on a Fly is going to give up on this. I'm also not feeling the synergy at this top lane. Because you go for the stuns to start with. There's no brain sap, and it's kind of like the worst lane you can have up against a Faceless Void. He gets so much of his life back by just time walking out that having a heavy nuke lineup, like for example, Raid Fire Blast as well as Brain Sap, like almost all the damage just gets instantly negated anyway.
Yeah, this is interesting that they're running this Doom and it's not in that situation where he is pairing up with a Faceless Void, and it might have caught them a little bit off guard. Like, I think Team Spirit might have potentially thought that's what was coming to the bottom lane, which is why they decided to dodge it, because honestly, that's really disruptive. Like, you can output so much damage with those two heroes, it's essentially impossible to kill them both, right? Because you've got the tankiness that you just talked about with the Time Walk, and then the same thing through Scorched Earth, and it's alright though. Bignum still pretty happy with it. He's got himself up the Ensnare already, so it looks like he probably wants to get active. Or he's just going to munch up this Hellbear and keep on farming.
Huh. Cheshire. Do you want to go for it, man? He's going to time walk over, but Always on a Fly can just tether himself away. So chasing a kill on that front is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it looks like the way they're set up now, it'll probably be pretty static. Not really expecting too many kills here, honestly. Like, you don't really have too much kill potential with the new Beastmaster, the way that everyone tends to build it. Like, you don't have the early points in the axis, so they don't add too much. You're just trying to get your boars up. And it'll be relatively difficult, perhaps, if they catch out J4 and there's nothing Keanu can do about it.
Oh, Goldblack's kind of the one who's... it's a rotating in Doombringer. What am I looking for? The stun? It's got to come from J4, who's got no boots on his lion. This Dota feels a little disconnected. Like, I'm not certain exactly what Power Rangers was trying to achieve with the draft. Like, Arise is just having to do it tough here in mid, while Iceberg continues to get more and more farm. The bottom lane, the pressure from PR, it's a lot more because you're 3 minutes in and you've already managed to get your Doombringer up to level 3. And they're going to try and make some level of play on this bottom lane, but they can't reach him in time. Like, all you got is a swiftness aura. You need movement speed aura. You need some kind of, like, troll trap that the Doombringer had previously. Scorched Earth isn't enough just to run down this bottom lane. And Goldblack, because he's now on this bottom lane, you feel this synergy a lot more because he's able to stop the attack of Power Rangers coming in. So he's more of that, like, that security line that Goldblack has played time and time again in his support. Be it the Abaddon mid lane, or just be it the Earthshaker that roams and sits behind his mid or his off lane and protecting him. It's just his kind of role.
Yeah, and honestly, just you can see Eldon's having himself a fine old time up here. It's highly unlikely he's going to run into any sort of trouble. There's it's much harder to like get any sort of a gank or a wraparound, obviously up on this top lane, considering or like comparing it down to the bottom, where you're gonna have this Doom who's roaming around getting farm. He can dive behind the tower using Scorched Earth. There's all these different pathways, and with a Beastmaster, he's relatively happy just getting experience, and instead he's actually just getting gold and experience. He's already up to 11 last hits, catching right up to that Clinks. And as you said before, Arise really seems to be kind of the linchpin here. Like, you really don't want to totally abandon him, and you definitely need to get something done against Iceberg. There's so many times you'll see teams draft that aggressive roamer to try and get in there, but they don't really have that on the side of PR.
No, they don't. It's instead, okay, moments like this is where they can take the advantage. Funnick getting caught out, hexed up, stunned up by J4. The Nightmare is keeping the Doombringer out of this fight, but with the Sunstrike damage and the Searing Arrows, PR is able to spill the first blood against Funnick's safe lane Beastmaster. And there's just nothing more Godblight could have done there. You can't force a tri-lane like that back.
Yeah, one of the downsides to Bane, kind of struggles in some senses up against... Oh, there's up top. He'll be fine. Good old time walk.
It's a faceless void. Like, what are you supposed to do? Again, you have a lineup which has nukage, but your sustained damage and just the dot effect just is not there.
Yeah, and Always No Fly actually, he just got level 3, so now he has the balls, which is a big part of his damage. And he just gave all the experience mid to Iceberg. I mean, you kind of expect it, but he just rotated up here at level 2 at 5 minutes, so despite helping Iceberg out so much, you can see Iceberg's still level 6 because he wasn't actually leeching any of the EXP, and there's just no way Arise can contest him now.
Arise, what do? You go jungle, you hope for Midas, but he's boots as well as a null and a ring of Basilius this early on. There's not enough to work with. There is some rotation coming in now, so Kino is going to move to the top lane. This wasn't pinged out by Team Spirit, so there's no level 6 as well from Cheshire Cats. This may be a little bit more premature, but when the tether is used early, they actually have an opportunity to do some damage into Always Wanna Fly. Illidan goes to the stumper, Cheshire Cat. He's chasing down on the IO, gets a nice little time lock. The advantage is there in the Sunstrike. Perfectly positioned from Arise. And now again, J4 needs to suck out a little bit more mana to get that stun, but because he had to suck a little bit too much, it meant that the distance was able to be gained by Illidan, just to get away from the follow-up stun.
Yeah, and this is exactly what they need right now for Arise, is just getting those kills with the Sunstrike. So getting involved in the kills, getting a nice little infusion of gold, just so he can get up towards that Midas and make himself more relevant in the coming minutes. And this will, like, further be the case once that first Chronosphere comes up, and hopefully, I assume, it's going to be the target on Iceberg's back for that one.
Okay, so the movement here from Power Rangers has also been fun, because, like, I'm wanting to see if Funnick goes for, like, a straight-up Blink Dagger for initiation, or if he tries to go for the more, like, control build, where you get the Necro units up. Well, hello, and goodbye. That wasn't even a level 6 Doom, that was just like a run-in for Scorched Earth. And they get a kill on the OD. Not where I thought the action was going to be, I thought it was going to be up on top lane instead.
Yeah, there's a little bit of nice synergy there just between the Cold Snap and Doom. Just run at your face with Scorched Earth. Surprised there wasn't a rotation, though. Because Iceberg is, like, super important for them right now. Obviously, he has a lot of gold, but so is Illidan, man. He's up to 38 last hits as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a beast of a Wraith King. It's free experience as well inside the lane. Like, he's just spamming out this Wraithfire Blast whenever the hell he wants to, because he knows he's going to get the mana back from the IO. And he's just trying to be as aggressive as he can to keep the Clinks out of the lane so he cannot continue to farm. Something which is difficult to stop at Clinks anyway. Once he reaches his level 6 and has Death Pact, Kino's going to get more than enough off this map.
I think that's why you're seeing Funnick go for the Necro as well, just because the Wraith King's having such a good time that he doesn't really have to worry about the Blink Dagger or anything like that for himself. It means they can group up around the Wraith King earlier. Like, once you get a couple more levels, get some gold, he can go for that early Blade Mail or a Blink Dagger of his own, and they can just push and, like, force them to fight into Illidan. And it's honestly, it's going to be pretty rough.
There is a big advantage, though, and I want to see what's going to happen with the Lion build, because currently J4 is focusing on just getting his stun up, and obviously his level 6 will be his Finger of Death. But having high points up in Mana Drain up against a Wraith King could really pay off. You do have the problem where Wraith King is just going to have some one charges up his sleeve, so you'll have that advantage. Oh, are they all moving over? Yeah, they are going to. With the tether forward, no, there's no kill potential here. But yeah, so the Wraith King will have to definitely watch his mana pool. Can't always rely on Always Wanna Fly to give him that mana back, especially quick enough to ensure that Reincarnation is triggered.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a soft counter, I suppose, just through the mana drain. If you can actually get it's great for solo pickoffs, right? In the sense that you can just have your massive duration of the stun. Infernal Blade. Just bash it on Illidan. And now the offlaners down bot are kind of going head to head, but that Necro, it's not too far away for Funnick.
It's not too far away from Funny, but Cheshire Cat, this is what I want to see J4. Like, he can't get space, though, to get his level 6. But this is that combination you always need to have with the Faceless Void. Chrono goes down, and you find someone to kill.
Oh,
like,
nice dust.
Even if he's going to, like, jump up top lane right now, which may be the better option, but Kino, as you said, dusted up. Couldn't easily escape back out. And Illidan can't be punished. He's got his reincarnation up, so even if you expend Finger of Death, you're just going to put, like, 2 long ultimate cooldowns. But, okay, yeah, they're not even going to fight it. PR's going to let that top lane go.
It's interesting, we don't really have like a mech hero necessarily in either team, which is something that's obviously been a pretty big part of this patch and the last patch with how many team fights we have, and that typically is that, you know, signal to go. Like, let's make some movements around the map. And, oh, Illidan, he is going straight for the aggressive build. He's going for that armlet, so I guess he understands that he has to commit a lot of damage. So always on the fly, yeah.
You're dead, man.
Yeah.
He tried to stick around for the 10-minute rune, which he did manage to bottle up as the DD rune, but a little bit too visible. And now Kino's going to go for a little bit more. Sunstrike's on cooldown for another 8 seconds, so they need to go for this. The perfect chrono from Cheshire Cat into the Searing Arrows, and Funnick will drop.
Alright, well that works out here now. They haven't got themselves back onto that iceberg yet, though. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more attention on him, honestly, because he's starting to work in towards that Atos. And him and Illidan are just dominating this net worth chat right now. Like, Arise is a little bit behind, which is impressive, first off, considering the start of his lane. And then we got a little bit of a dip heading into Keanu and Funnick, so it looks like now they're starting to group up towards them. Got the smoke up on J4 and Bignum.
Just surround on all sides. It's a 4-way sandwich. Niceberg's the meat right now. Perfectly doomed. The Sunstrike's kicking down. They have more than enough damage to kill him off before anyone can even potentially deny him off. And now Kino, Raw, they need protection. They just don't have enough of it. The dust is out, so he had no way to hide in this. And with the Fiend's Grip, Bignum trapped in. The stun well off target there from J4. So Team Spirit gets some collateral kills, but the Force Spirits did so much work against Always Want to Fly. He will almost drop at negative 10 armor. But that's going to be where it ends.
That Sunstrike was so close. He went, you know that TP spot in here in these trees?
Yep.
He Sunstriked right there, but he actually stopped right before the spot and did his TP. Next level.
Solid escape. But Power Rangers now, like, you still have the advantage as far as a couple of kills go, but Illidan's becoming part of these fights, got a fresh armlet on them. Arise, he still is cross Exort, so there's no teamfight control. And no big mana burn against Illidan either. Without the Chronosphere, PR are really in no position to fight.
It's all the same to me.
Yeah, it's just not something that we see to. Oh, there's a relocate top. J4. Oh, please. This would be so sick.
If he gets the double stun and out. Oh, they don't have imprisonment.
Oh.
He never put a single point up in imprisonment.
Well, that's one way to live. That is hilarious.
Yeah. what a great control ability, which we're just gonna say, like, you're up against a Faceless Void. Like, imprisonment is so good. A 4-second removal if you're not caught inside a Chronosphere. You can take out the Void or take out your teammate. Either way. That's such huge control, which you've basically just said fuck off to. And now Cheshire Cat moves down, it goes on the Chronosphere. Sunstrike's in a good position. Iceberg taking a lot of damage, always want to fly. He tried to actually pull him out there, but he can't hold the damage back. They'll drop down the Eclipse, and another double stun here from J4. Great positioning for him. And now it's the OD down, always want to fly, going to get caught out. Time lock from Cheshire Cat, they have the stuns anyway. They actually even committed the Doom to ensure the kill over on the IO. And Illidan back into the fight, the Necro Box causing real problems for J4, as the Beastmaster will find that pickoff. They'll lose the reincarnation over on Illidan. Not the greatest thing that is still only level 1. But it makes this fight a little bit more of an even trade.
Yeah, it has a pretty big impact on how much more they can push on the time or on the side of Team Spirit, right? Because as long as that's up, you're always just so hesitant of committing any of your resources to killing the Wraith King, and Looks like Funnick might be in trouble. I don't know if he's enough control for this, though.
They need Sunstrike.
He walks into the camp.
Invokes on cooldown for 3 seconds.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
This could be great. Sunstrike hits, and Funnick needs at least 2 more arrows to get the chop. No, make it 3. Kino into the trees, the Hawk. No vision can be granted from this one, mainly because Kino's still invis. They relocate in. The Whisper will connect. Now, you commit your relocate. You will save Funnick. But you waste a little bit of time here of always on a fly plus his relocate.
That's a big save. That was his second point into the Necro book. He was just able to afford it, so... Get himself up to level 2. And once that 3rd level comes out, of course, the Clinks not me too happy about that. Killing me having a little bit of a rougher time. Cheshire Cat's got a little bit of money saved up here. I'm wondering if he's thinking about going for the Blink Dagger and not finishing out the Vlads first. I've seen a couple people say going into this, and I think it's the right call, because if you're not like worried about farming and you're not spending that much time farming, you know, it's time to get that chrono. If you just chrono Iceberg every single fight, you saw the impact of the last one. It's going to look very similar.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Because, like, there's no one else really on the team. Like, everyone, of course, does benefit from having something like a Vlad, but you benefit more from having a 3-4-man Chronosphere in a good position. The smoke movement now from Team Spirit. They're looking for an opening, and PR have done exactly the same thing. Both teams smoking up, and, well, they both kind of know where each other are. So it's nothing is really going to come from it. I just also want to flag too, because there's guys inside the chat. Yes, there are audio issues, so you cannot hear the in-game sound right now, I believe, on the live stream, and we have no audio going into Dota TV. This is an issue that I cannot solve while we are live. It also makes it very challenging to do camera work when you don't hear Sunstrikes. Makes it actually very, very challenging. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why 1, I missed that Sunstrike, and 2, we've still got the issues.
Well, both smokes totally unsuccessful here. Can't quite get what they're looking for, and well, now once you move into these situations where they have some nice wards from the raiding side, obviously, taking a peek as to what everyone's up to, and they can just see them all running into their jungle right now. So, oh, that sentry misses. So they may think that Team Spirit are unaware of their presence right now.
Funnick's Hawk does the rest of the job. Team Spirit Morris definitely flagged the fact they know what's going on.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And so now Roshan. Of course, one of the benefits of being dire side.
Also the benefit of having an Invoker. Forge Spirits do so much work against Roshan. Not for damage-wise, it's just because they can tank for your entire team. Even if they weren't to, they could trigger the drum charge a big number at the moment and make this go a little bit faster.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, they might relocate in, honestly, if Cheshire Cat gets caught out there, but now that he's in the pit, too risky.
They're all on top of each other. The sentries are down. Golblack's going for the D-ward. Always want to fly with the Spirits, they'll scout it out. Roshan down at 600 life. Now they jump out. It's a good doom over on Bane. He'll drop down almost instantly, and the Chronosphere keeps Illidan out. They still haven't finished off Roshan just yet. Killed by the Dire. Invoker is the Aegis Immortal, and Funnick's in pretty damn deep. The Time Walk out will keep Cheshire Cat alive, but they've lost the Doombringer, and Team Spirit have just turned on the damage. Arise to Yule Scepter himself out of here, but he can't go anywhere. Everything's on cooldown for him, so there's just no escapes, and it's a double kill for Funnick. Cheshire Cat again turning with his tail between his legs. He gets away. And they do take Roshan. But really, what was the cost?
Yeah, they got in there at the perfect moment from the side Team Spirit. Just the fact that Funnick was able to limp his way in there while hexed up and provide vision inside the pit meant that they had to end up committing the Deafening Blast, only to pushing him away from the Aegis. And that just gave Iceberg like total free reign. He just runs in there and just, you know, demolishes everyone with the Sandy's Eclipse. And it turns into Roshan win. Of course, they don't get the Aegis or the gold, but they'll end up getting the tier 2 and more map control. It's just going to be so beneficial to them, obviously, having the IO and the Beastmaster. Oh, they won't even be able to finish it, though. Iceberg not committing. He's like, I'm going top to farm, guys.
Okay, it seems people...
Oh, Illidan?
Wait, are they...
He's on J4. He just walked up into him.
J4, drain that mana. Drain that mana. You don't have Doom available, but you got Kino. The relocate's coming in from Always Want to Fly, but Illidan's already going to crack now. His reincarnation is still only level 1, but they do get the Clinks in return. And with the Fiend's Grip, they may get more than that. The Yule Scepter from Arise, it only stops Illidan from following up with more of his attack, but it's still going to be the big number. He's burning out to the Wraithfire Blast, but it's the big attack out from Iceberg. I almost want to say 2 chords going down for Power Rangers every time I see that Doombringer die. But really, it's the core and the support. but it's big openings as well on bottom lane. The Necro units, this bottom tower, it gets denied up by a Rise. But it's still now all the tier 1 towers down, plus the tier 2 towers can be lost in the mid. Power Rangers are quickly losing control of this map.
Yeah, the way they've done this draft around the IO is, it's pretty impressive, honestly. Like, the Bane, not surprising. Very common one that people always go for the IO just because he can roam, you know, by himself, get up a Nightmare, and have some friends come in. Beastmaster, kind of the same idea with the Roar, but even the Wraith King, there's not many cores that provide that same aspect. But just the fact that, you know, he draws the attention of 4 people, dies, slows them all as you come in with the relocate. Team Spirit, clearly it looks like they've done this one before, and it's working out once more for them. So Cheshire Cat, he's got the blink, and that's going to be their way back into this. They can still get 5-man chronoed, and they, you know, they have an Exort Invoker, so game's definitely not over.
That is true. That is true. It just relies on Power Rangers being able to have the vision over Team Spirit and catch them out of position. But how do you do that up against Beastmaster Hawks and relocates? It's a really difficult thing, and even if you do catch someone out of position, with a Rod of Atos up from the OD, it's not as bad for a Klinks, because normally Klinks is going to kill you before you can run out of range of him. But someone like the Invoker is going to have a hard time keeping up in the fight. And Power Rangers now 4-man smoke move, they're coming to the top lane. Funnick is in the tree line, he's probably going to be the best and easiest one they can catch out. But Illidan, okay, he'll be the new target. Jump down, perfect chrono, over on 2, Finger of Death, and Sunstrike, both perfectly picking up the eye at the back lines. Good thing that's OD imprisoned, level up imprisonment. Tries to save Illidan for a second, but it won't be a second long enough. 2 heroes down for Team Spirit, and a good move from PR.
Yeah, solid smoke there. Knowing that there's obviously going to be some pretty deep vision, so it's always beneficial when you're smoking under wards, obviously, just because it makes you feel safer than you really are. And Illidan just wandering out a little bit into the unknown. I'm wondering if Team Spirit will consider a gem first. It looks like Funnick wants that Blink Dagger, which is not too surprising. But after that, if you really want to try and close in this map and keep the towers that you do have remaining and not give anything else over to Pierre, gem's always able to provide that for you.
Yeah, they need to make sure the PR is blind to the map. But then again, PR don't really, like, they're a team that won't really care. Oh,
wow,
Iceberg!
just got destroyed.
Well, yeah, he stole enough damage, and Bignum is almost dead as well. If they
Funnick
have...
competent.
Yeah, they have relocate. If they really want to, they can go on relocate and bring an extra player in. Instead, Illidan looks towards the top lane.
Yeah, they might go on a Rise. Wow, he is really far out.
They don't have any vision behind him, so they don't know where he's going to run to. Also, really surprising, Illidan, like, not just 1, but 2 fighting items that's not Blink Dagger. So the Wraith King is kind of getting caught a little bit further away from fights. Normally 2 Blink Dagger is meant to be the bread and butter going up against a Faceless Void, because leaping in and chronosphering, your timing with the animation, if you've got a Blink Dagger, you should normally, like, 9 times out of 10 be able to escape the chronosphere. But he went both Armlet and Maelstrom up against PR.
Yeah, I kind of like it, only just because, like, Funnick's going to have his Blink Dagger up now. Iceberg has one as well. So I can imagine it's kind of frustrating for Illidan because he's relying a lot on his team, right? They have to do the initiation, and he's just kind of that stand there and right-click. But as long as he is getting off solid stuns and Wraithfire Blast and making sure he's prioritizing the correct target, whether it be Lion trying to chain stun someone or Bignum coming in for that Doom, then he's just going to have to rely, honestly, on everyone else showing up and following up from what he can provide and just be that big damage force, because he is terrifying with Armlet and Maelstrom. Like, 2 pretty cost-effective items. He still has 1,500 gold, but he puts out a lot of damage right now.
I finally fixed my in-game audio problems. So,
hey!
So now I can hear everything as well, because it seems like when the stream said they could also hear the in-game, I'm like, wait. That means it's actually functioning. It means we're not transmitting in-game. That's why this little stupid little icon on the side is telling us that there's nothing going out into the game. But I'll track that one down in the break. But yeah, now audio is actually working properly on this desk, for me at least. So we can hear the Sunstrikes.
No more missed Sunstrikes. Is that a guarantee?
That's a guarantee!
I actually heard you talking with Heen about how the Sunstrike's on the mini-map, and I was like, oh, please, but yeah.
Dude, we've been asking about that for so long. Like, that was actually a request when, like, Dota first came out. It's like, if we could have some kind of level of indication of exactly where the Sunstrike is going. Because at all other times, you just got to follow your ears.
Yeah.
Hello, mid. God Black. J4's not going to get there in time. They really need to have, like, some maneuverability item on him. That's why, like, if you look at the supports of PR, like, it's the ultimate greed support lineup. Like, Lion, Finger of Death, sure, it's a wonderful nuke. But you normally need to have him with, like, Brutes first. You need to be able to find good ways to initiate, like this. Like, Funnick blinks in, roars, takes out Cheshire Cat. Iceberg, like, I don't even care if he's doomed up right now. He's probably going to end up dying. Goldblack get a Nightmare and keep Doom away. They could just go for the denial. Not going to work, though, with Arise rotating over. But it's a 2-for-1 trade-off. You expended Doom. You kill off the OD. It's not that bad for PR. But yeah, you need to have that level of initiation. You get it from like 4 staffs or blink daggers for the Lion. And he's just so far away from achieving either of those items.
Yeah, unless they win a really big team fight, I'm just expecting the Aether Lens to come out, honestly. It's so far away from a blink. And there's that blink up now, so
nice.
It's been working out enough, and now they're just so mobile. Like, between the relocate and triple blink, it's just poor Goblak, you know, he's sitting in the back of his Glimmer Cape, just like, wait up, guys. And Funnick gets enough gold for the gem, which I would like fully imagine me coming out next, unless he really wants like Boots of Travel, and they're gonna go with that to try and take control of the map.
You're really wanting to see that gem, aren't you?
It's just like really so crucial. You just need it, honestly. It totally changes the game. Because look at all these wards that are out here from PR. They have great wards right now. Like, they can see where Iceberg is right now. They just saw both of those heroes in the mid lane right now. Those that ward up top spotted the rotation through the jungle. And that allows them to play the way they are.
And get moments like this. Kino, okay. There's a Hawk there as well as a Sentry ward. So Kino, oh, Funnick, he blinks up, he goes for the roll, the Necro unit's down as well. Cheshire Cat, is there going to be enough mana for a Chrono? No, there's not. He'll time walk up, but he still can't bring Anthony to this team fight. The Fiend's Grip will control up the Doombringer. Always want to fly, will take a fall, but okay! The hammer kicks in, the Necro unit's already there, Kino's on the run out. It looks like Arise will be able to survive, but there's not the same story for Kino. Oh, actually, maybe it's not the same story for Arise. No stun. Okay, that's a crit! Okay, did that really just take off a third of Arise's life with one swing of Illidan's blade?
I don't know what happened. He accidentally canceled his Ghost Walk somehow. Because he hopped over, and Illidan blinked forward to go for the stun, but Arise was invisible, and then suddenly he just came out of Ghost Walk. I think he just invoked something else by mistake.
No, Invoke was the last thing he... Ghost Walk was the last thing he invoked. He must have attacked. He must have attack moved. Yeah, that's not what they want to have happen. And now that's going to cost him at least the tier 3 tower. Illidan's still got his ulti up, so if he wants to, he can go further, but PR's going to try and capitalize on this. Cheshire Cat's got the ulti, and there's your blinks, both of them. They both get out in time, and now with the imprisonment, you can't even kill off Goldblack. And Cheshire Cat has to actually just time walk himself up. Illidan back to the world of the living. The Doom is out, so OD is out of this fight for now. Illidan going to try and toggle his way to victory. Funnick needs to walk his way out of victory here. A little bit harder when Cheshire Cat comes in behind, and they just can't toggle yourself out of that. Cheshire Cat wants to go for more Goldblack into the tree line. Iceberg going to be a big problem now, as that Doom did not kill him off. The Sunstrike's coming in from Arise, triggers over on Goldblack. He'll be imprisoned up by Iceberg. There's still Nightmare as well available for the Bane, so Goldblack can get himself out this one safely. That's exactly what he does. He actually Nightmare dodges the deafening blast of Arise. J4 on 34 life. They're trying to stop this OD.
They see him with the Hawk.
That is so difficult. This OD has now 70 intel stolen. All he needs to do is get a little bit of space. Big Nim, you don't want to walk back into that. Iceberg is going to kill you. The imprisonment is there. The Sunstrike's looking for the kill and always want to fly, but actually just the imprisonment damage ends up killing the Doombringer.
Oh my god, he's at like that Slark level now too, where you've just taken these two big engagements.
Goldblack, well, that Fiend script didn't last very, very long. And Kino, one orb attack, took half his life, but Funnick's back in again. He takes the Nightmare off him. Kino needs one more attack onto him. That'll do it from Iceberg. The Necros were down, and again, Arise tries to blink himself away. Another imprisonment, 4 seconds for Team Spirit to reposition around Arise, and man, they hit hard. This is GG. Rightly so. Team Spirit will take this first best of 1 tonight for the European part of WePlay. We've still got 2 North American games coming up, as well as 1 more European game coming your way. I said European, this is the CIS, this is the Eastern European division of WePlay being played tonight.
Wow, Team Spirit looking good.
Yeah.
Got the new squad, Funnick, you know. Him and Ilden both playing very well. I mean, Ilden's been here for a little while, I suppose. He played a couple games, but I was digging the Beastmaster and got up the next early Necro book. It really was their lanes. I kind of commented on it early, but just like the way around.